Fort Gulick was a U.S. Army base in the former Panama Canal Zone located on the Atlantic side of the Panama Canal near Fort Davis on Gatun Lake. History. It was perhaps best known as the location of the School of the Americas. In 1984, control of the fort was turned over to the Republic of Panama, who renamed it Fuerte Espina. The U.S. retook over administration of the fort as a result of the 1989 United States invasion of Panama, but kept the name of Fort Espina. The former site of Fort Gulick is now part of the municipal district of Colon, Panama, and is the location of the Hotel Melia. Military history. During the period of 1973 to 1979, Fort Gulick was home to Company B, 4th Battalion 10th Infantry. The rest of the 4th Battalion 10th Infantry was located at Fort Davis while construction of the barracks was ongoing. This assignment gave Company B a unique training environment. The company supported the U.S. Army School of the Americas during its tactical exercises at Fort Sherman and the Pena Training Area, as well as supporting the 3rd Battalion 7th Special Forces Group, whose home Fort Gulick was. The 7th Special Forces was headquartered at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, but had the 3rd Battalion at Fort Gulick. Prior to the 7th SFG deploying to Canal Zone, the 8th Special Forces Group had operated in the Central and South American area. One of the 8th SFG historic participation was in the training of a Bolivian Ranger unit to pursue Ernesto Che Guevara and his guerrillas. Along with the above-mentioned units, the 549th MP Company also called Fort Gulick home for extended periods of time. The companies moved from Fort Gulick to Fort Davis and back multiple times for various administrative reasons. The 549th MP and 3/7 SFG barracks were next-door neighbors on Fort Gulick, with only 20 meters separating the buildings. The Panama Canal Treaties of 1977 called for the USA to turn Fort Gulick over to the Panamanian government in August-September of 1984. In fulfillment of these terms, the 549th MP Company, the Provost Marshal's Office and 3/7 SFG moved the commands and barracks back to Fort Davis, which had been the former and long-time home while in the Republic of Panama. These units remained on Fort Davis until the United States turned over all installations to the Panamanian government. During this time, Fort Gulick had been jointly occupied by the U.S. Army and the Panamanian Defense Forces. The PDF barracks also enjoyed residence on Fort Gulick, as did the U.S. Army School of the Americas. In late 1984, the School of the Americas also lost its home on Fort Gulick and was relocated to Fort Benning in the United States. Fort Gulick went through several rapid name changes when control was given over to the Panamanian government, among those being Fort Manuel Antonio Noriega and Fort Jose Domingo Espina. It was eventually given its current name, Fort Espina.